Assalamualaikum. My name is Amir Salihin bin Muhammad Aminuddin, and I'm from class I5A. Today, my purpose for making this video is to present about my individual presentation khas manual. So, first of all, I would like to thank Madam Ain for giving me this assignment task, because with this assignment task, I could understand how hard it is actually to implement khas manual in a company. And next, with this available experience, I am able to know skills and tips to develop when I had to use this knowledge in my future. So let's begin. Before we go further, I would like to briefly go through about what I am going to talk and explain. I will explain about the steps in identifying halal control points, and then next, the HCP risk management plan summary in my company, which is easily networked Sdn Berhad, located at Batu Cave, Selangor, a baby food manufacturing food. And the last one, the outcomes that I've learned from completing this khas manual assignment project. Without wasting a time, let's go to the steps in identifying halal control points. So, there are several ways to identifying halal control points. The first one is we must describe a likelihood and severity and risk ranking. And then next, we can also identify the halal control points by according to the company's process layout, company's process flow layout. And the last one, we could suggest relevant and corrective actions for each HCP. So next, we go to halalan toiban control point likelihood ranking. There are three categories, which is likelihood, moderate and unlikely. For the likelihood, the possibility of halalan toiban status could be effect is occur in most circumstances. And for the moderate, the possibility of halalan toiban status affected, it could be sometimes, known to occur or happen before. And the possibility for unlikely, the possibility of halalan toiban status affected could occur in exceptional circumstances or practically impossible. So we go to the next, halalan control point severity impact ranking. There were also three categories in this, which is critical, moderate and insignificant. So we need to look at these two, halalan toiban control point likelihood ranking and halalan control point severity impact ranking, and to make sure the risk ranking by looking at halalan and toiban control point risk matrix. And by the way, there are also 4 types of halal threats for each process steps, which is materials, peoples, equipment and environment. So next, we go to halalan and toiban control point risk matrix. By looking at the severity impact and the likelihood, we can make sure we can classify which level of the severity ranking and the likelihood ranking for the HCP of the chosen area. And the next one, halalan toiban decision rule for risk ranking. So for this, it is actually important because decision rule risk ranking, we can determine whether the chosen process that we choose is HCP or not. By looking at the table, we can look that at the ranking levels, impact and code of the related process that we choose. And we must follow this decision rule to ensure the risk decision with regards halalan toiban control measures. So next, we go to the halal control point risk management plan summary. So we go to the Easily Network Sdn Berhad. Me and my team go to Easily Network Sdn Berhad, and actually there are 3 HCP risk management plan summary, and it is actually receiving, mixing, and the last one is distribution. But for this part, I will only explain about the mixing. On the mixing part, it is actually occurred from the people. So we can see that the workers do not wear a glove when handling a production, and for the equipment, some of the machineries is rusted. So we choose this as our HCP in the company. And there's also, we need to do a corrective action on this. So we go to the next outcomes that I've learned from completing HAS manuals. So there are many outcomes that I've learned. The first one is self-reflection on HAS manual. Based on my point of view, I could say that it is actually hard to implement HAS manual, and from my experience, from this short experience, it is actually was a good experience to go to a company and doing some research, like collecting a data and doing some observation, and there was various challenges to be encountered while we are attempting this project. And the next one, how to develop the SOP. For example, the first one, we must firstly know the company process layout and others important requirements by taking an information, like doing the observation while collecting the data. Next, I do learn about the halal internal committee responsibilities. So what is actually for these responsibilities members? It is simply because with the needs of IHC itself is important and crucial in a company, including ensuring halal integrity and as a control measure and detection of halal risk. And the IHC members also will be members that could be a record keeping, all of the document record keeping, and besides that, raw material control and halal traceability program. So it is very important, HAS manual, and I think I've learned a lot from this assignment task. And I think that's all from me, and thank you to Madam Ain for giving this assignment task. So that's all, and thank you.